A very good evening to all. On behalf of Vivekananda Study Circle IISc, I, Shayan Bhaume, welcome you all for a special talk on the topic Facing Challenges in Life by Swami Bodhamayanandaji Maharaj. Now I invite Swami Bodhamayanandaji Maharaj to come up on the podium and light the lamp. And while the lamp is being lit, I request the VSC volunteers to chant the Shanti Mantra. Let me now briefly introduce the Vivekananda Study Circle. Vivekananda Study Circle at IISc works with the objective of providing opportunity and guidance to interested youth to acquire a clear understanding of life's goals, values and culture in the light of life and teachings of Swami Vivekananda. To this effect, we the students of IISc meet every week to read and discuss the message of Swamiji and Indian philosophy in the light of modern thought and modern needs. Before we start the talk, I request Shaborno to pay homage to Swami Vivekananda with two songs. First, Murta Maheshwara Stotram, authored by Sri Sarachandra Chattopadhyay, a lay disciple of Swami Vivekananda, and second, Bir Senapati Vivekananda by Swami Chandikananda.
Thank you so much, Shayan. And it is really a moment of great privilege for me to stand in front of you on this wonderful evening. My pranam to Swamiji, and I shall now start my song. अभिरभि हुंकारनादित दिग्मुख प्रचंड तांडव नृत्यम् मूर्त महेश्वर मुज्जल भास्करम् इष्टममरनरवन्दम् भुक्ति मुक्ति कृपा कटाक्ष प्रेक्षण मघदल विदलन दक्षम् भुक्ति मुक्ति कृपा कटाक्ष प्रेक्षण मघदल विदलन दक्षम् बालचंद्रधर बिंदु वंद मिहनोमि गुरु विवेकानंदम् बालचंद्रधर बिंदु वंद मिहनोमि गुरु विवेकानंदम् मूर्त महेश्वर उज्जल भास्कर इष्टममरनरवन्दम् वन्दे वेद तनूचितगर्हित वन्दे वेद तनूचितगर्हित काञ्चन कामिनि वन्तम् मूर्त महेश्वर उज्जल भास्कर इष्टममरनरवन्दम् 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 वीर सेनापति विवेकानंद ওই যে ডাকিছে আয় রে আয় আহ্বানে তার আপনা ভুলিয়া আহ্বানে তার আপনা ভুলিয়া কত মহারথী ছুটিয়া যায় বীর সেনাপতি বিবেকানন্দ ওই যে ডাকিছে আয় রে আয় আহ্বানে তার আপনা ভুলিয়া আহ্বানে তার আপনা ভুলিয়া কত মহারথী ছুটিয়া যায় বীর সেনাপতি আত্মত্যাগের অগ্নিমন্ত্রে দীক্ষিত হয়ে নবীনতন্ত্রে আত্মত্যাগের অগ্নিমন্ত্রে দীক্ষিত হয়ে নবীনতন্ত্রে ভগবাদ জাত দৈত্য দলিতে ভগবাদ জাত দৈত্য দলিতে আপনা সপিতে কে যাবিয়ায় বীর সেনাপতি বিবেকানন্দ ওই যে ডাকিছে আয় রে আয় আহ্বানে তার আপনা ভুলিয়া কত মহারথী ছুটিয়া যায় বীর সেনাপতি স্বার্থদ্বন্দ্ব ভোগকোলাহল এনেছে জগতে শুধু হলাহল স্বার্থদ্বন্দ্ব ভোগকোলাহল এনেছে জগতে শুধু হলাহল নিভাতে আজিকে এই দাবানল প্রেম বাড়ি সেজে এনেছে হায়। এসো দেব এসো করুণা নিধান, লহ আজি মম তনু মনো প্রাণ। এসো দেব এসো করুণা নিধান, লহ আজি মম তনু মনো প্রাণ। কৃপা করি কর এ আশিস দান, কৃপা করি কর এ আশিস দান। তব কাজে যেন জীবন যায়, বীর সেনাপতি বীর সেনাপতি বিবেকানন্দ। ওই যে ডাকিছে আয় রে আয়, আহ্বানে তার আপনা ভুলিয়া কত মহারথী ছুটিয়া যায়। বীর সেনাপতি বীর সেনাপতি বীর সেনাপতি। Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shaborno, for the wonderful presentation of the songs. May the spirit of Swami Vivekananda enter our heart and remove all our weakness. Now we have the talk on facing challenges in life by revered Swami Bodhamayanandaji Maharaj. He is a monk of the Ramakrishna order and currently is the secretary of Ramakrishna Mission Ashrama, Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. Inspired by the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda during his school days, Maharaj ji joined the Ramakrishna order in Bengaluru in 1984 and was initiated into monastic vows in 1993. After initial training, he served the mission in Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam and Chennai between 1989 and 2010 and was involved in various youth activities during the period. Since 2010 till 2022, he served as the director, Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, a unique and very dynamic institute to fulfill Swamiji's vision of character building and service focused on school children and the youth of the country in Ramakrishna Math, Hyderabad. Maharaj ji has so far conducted about 1,105 workshops and seminars covering about 6 lakh students, teachers, managers and others on human excellence, self-management, leadership skills and Vedanta in various institutes like schools, professional colleges and many corporate setting as well. He has also interacted with several scientists at Abdul Kalam Research Center and DRDO in Hyderabad, ISRO in Bengaluru, advocates of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana High Courts in Hyderabad, several management associations, executives of public sector undertakings and chartered accountants, a couple of IITs and IIMs in the country. At the Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence, Hyderabad, which is a premier institute for youth empowerment in Hyderabad, he had taken the initiative to encourage, recognize and appreciate the leadership qualities amongst the youth and has trained nearly 500 plus youth in the Swami Vivekananda way for character building and service to the country. He has authored 2 books titled Mind and Modern Problems in English and Yuva Jagruti in Telugu, published by Ramakrishna Math, Hyderabad. Now I request Swamiji to commence with his talk.
Om Namah Shri Atirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। सर्वस्तरतु दुर्गाणि सर्वो भद्राणि पश्यतु। सर्वसद्बुद्धिमाप्नोतु सर्वत्र नन्दतु। हरिः ओम्। Shubha Sandhya, Susandhya, very good evening to all of you. My namaskars to all of you. And greetings to the members of the Vivekananda Study Circle of this prestigious Institute of Science. And feel very happy to come to this sacred place, maybe for the second time. Many years ago, maybe 10, 12 years ago, I had come to speak on the life and teachings of Swami Vivekananda. And this is so dear to us, this Indian Institute of Science, because the roots go back to the dialogue, to the discussion that Swami Vivekananda had with Jamshedji Nasruddin Tata. That triggered off what you see or where you are studying and doing this research. Started in 1909. So we consider this as a very premier institution of combining the ancient sciences with research. Any department, any branch, any student from any part of the country continues to inspire, continues to dive deep in search of the truth, in search of knowledge. So the Vivekananda Study Circle, as it continues in various institutes, whether it's IITs in in Kanpur, Chennai, Delhi, Bombay, and we had maybe discontinued or whatever in IIM Indore for many, many years. So some small groups of students inspired by Swamiji's teachings, by the ancient culture teachings, as long as they are there, they continue. And I wish and hope this institute would gain strength, the study circle, and more research scholars would come forward to participate, practice, absorb, and apply the teachings for the good of the country and for one's own evolution. So the challenge before all of us is this. Life itself is a challenge. Being born as a human being, it's a challenge. And once you are born, how much of knowledge you acquire before you leave this world is a challenge. And the company of the like-minded people is a challenge. Durlabham trayamevaitat taivanugraha hetukam manushyatvam mumukshutvam mahapurusha samshrayah. Adi Shankaracharya says in the third sloka of the Viveka Chudamani. Three things are very rare to get. One is the very fact that you are born as a human being after millions of years of evolution is a unique gift, Daivanugraha. A tiny creature from the amoeba till the multicellular being called man. But that said, let us conquer nature. And that's how man evolved. And once you got the human birth, Manushyatva, what next? Mumukshutva, the aspiration for higher purpose, higher knowledge, for gaining freedom in this very life. That is the second blessing, Mumukshutva, aspiration. The third is holy company, like-minded people, Mahapurusha Samshraya. So olden times from Rameshwaram they used to walk all the way to Banaras for that Mahapurusha Samshraya. Musicians, meditators, they search for gurus. They walk Banaras, the ancient city of learning. So that is how, and today it is all spread over And thanks to technology, thanks to 2 years of COVID, we have satsangs through Zoom, satsangs through the different apps available. At a click of the mouse, we can connect the whole world, right? So technology is helping us to achieve something. And what is life per se? The Raja of Khetri asked Swami Vivekananda, what is life? Straight came the answer. Life is the unfoldment and development of a being under circumstances tending to press it down. That being can be an ant, it can be a human baby. It can be an insect, it can be an elephant. Life, that which moves, that which crawls, that which breathes, that which reacts is life. Life is the unfoldment and development of a being under circumstances tending to press it down. And these circumstances can be three types: physical, that is your own body, health, etc., diseases. The second is the atmosphere, the COVID, what can you do? It is nature. It can affect anybody. Whole world was affected. Or the earthquakes, or the cyclones, or the wars. These are all part of nature. And the third, unseen elements. We don't know what it is. So, when you are able to crawl through this or wade through these difficulties, then life continues. So, challenges in life, I have made a few points here. Share them with you. Because we were all going at a great speed till 2020 March. Breakneck speed, but without a proper direction. And once this fellow called Corona, COVID, entered one person in Hyderabad or one person in Delhi, the whole nation got affected. And what did he teach? It asked human beings to shut up and close the nose. And don't go near other human beings. Just keep quiet. The whole life stagnated, as it were. Those who had the immunity, those who had the family backup survived. But I've seen Hyderabad at that time, hundreds and hundreds of people who had everything in life. They were in for chaos. They may have survived Corona physically, but it affected their mind. They could not do business, they could not eat, they could not, even now. So challenges in life are personal, mental, moral, plaguing the society. And then we have a bigger challenge, the problem of plenty. We have too much things to enjoy, but very little time to utilize them. So much in the market, so much in life. At a click of the mouse, we can download entire Amazon. We can buy anything. It's a problem of plenty. Discrimination is not there, so I become only a spendthrift. That's another challenge. What to do with the economy, what to do with the money. Then when the problem of plenty is there, what happens? Man becomes a problem to himself. He becomes an alienated person. Let me tell you the example of a wonderful book, a real life story which happened during the Second World War. Some of you might know it. If you don't know it, tonight itself please order a copy of the book and read it at least 10 times. You have to dive deep into the value of the book. The title of the book itself is a challenge today, Man's Search for Meaning. It's my favorite book. Man's Search for Meaning by Dr. Viktor Frankl. And this Dr. Viktor Frankl is a psychiatrist. He's a doctor, regular doctor. He's a Jew. And he was in Austria, Vienna. And at the time the Second World War broke out, we had the Hitler's campaign against the Jews, merciless, and old people into the gas chambers, young people shot dead, etc., etc. That I'm not going to the story. And then what was the ideology of the Nazis? To destroy the very mind, the very root of Jewish community. And he was one of the victims. He was put into Auschwitz concentration camp, the most notorious camp which killed the maximum number of Jews in Germany. And the way the entire youngsters were treated, especially 20 plus, that they are the brainchild, they are the real backbone of the Jewish community. If I destroy their mind, the entire race will be eliminated. That was their target. And what happened? They will strip them stark naked, and just one gamcha like thing, one towel like thing, minus 20-degree temperature. They want to break the mind. They want to destroy the mind. And very little fluid, watery soup with little rotten bread. And then they are made to work, dig ice, so that the railway tracks are put for the trains. Hard work. And they cannot communicate. They cannot talk with each other. They are chained like animals. And it's not prisons, it's just cages. Even now you get in the Google network how that kind of cages were put by human beings on other human beings. And they have to crawl inside in the evening, just lie down, morning they are pulled out, and again they have to start walking in barefoot in the ice. So it goes on. Since he is a psychiatrist, this man, Viktor Frankl, he wants to keep his brain stimulated. He wants to keep his brain hot. How to do it? By thinking. And how do I think? I don't have material to read. I don't have my textbooks to read. I don't know what is my condition of my family, my wife, etc. And I am somewhere alone with other Jews. Luckily, a tiny piece of newspaper comes flying into the concentration camp. He picks it up, and these Jews, victims, these prisoners are not supposed to read. No external communication. He keeps that paper, hides it somewhere, and in the dim light of that camp, he starts reading in the night. Just a tiny piece of German newspaper. He reads, keeps it inside. And since some words, some thought is there in that newspaper, that triggers off. He starts thinking, calculating his own subjects, everything. And believe it or not, he keeps this exercise alive for till the next 6 years. Until Russia defeats Germany. And then by that time what happens? 80 to 90% of the people are gone mad. They are not dying, but their brain is destroyed. They have become mad, literally mad. And Russian comes in, they open the gates and says, go home, you are free citizens, go back wherever you are, Poland, Austria, wherever you like to. Where will they go? What will they do? They don't know whether their wife and children live, whether their family lives. Okay, they are caught, they are brought in trucks and sent to a food house. Lot of food is stored in big rooms. You eat when you are hungry, right? Now what do these people do? They start developing hatred to the food. They destroy the food. What a sad situation. Just across 1944. They destroy the food. And they are taken away to the mental asylums. They have to wear clothes. They are taken to piles of clothes of the Nazis' storerooms. They start burning it. They start destroying, tearing. They are not normal. Out of this lakhs of people, finally, very few hundred survive. And out of them, here is Dr. Viktor Frankl. He goes back to Vienna. And what does he see there? Everything bombed. Just like you see now, Ukraine, everything, hospitals bombed, everything destroyed. His own hospital gone. Where is my family? No news. And since his brain is active, he has kept himself alive. He's able to think, able to see, able to feel. He brings a broken chair broken table, sits outside on the road to treat patients. And now the challenge, you see. Patients come, psychiatrist, and he gives some other medicines also, first aid, everything. They come, they want to die. They want to commit suicide. Existence of life. Why should I live? For whom should I live? Big question, challenge, right? And he advises them, no, you should not commit suicide. United Nations will come, and tries to give some tips. It doesn't work. Hundreds and hundreds of dead bodies in the lakes, in the rooms, in the rivers. All are dying out of frustration. Nothing is there. And then he changes his policy now. He changes his treatment. He calls it logotherapy. And now he keeps a rope, he keeps a knife, he keeps some acid on his table. Some old man, young man, middle-aged man, all of them come and say, I want to die, why should I live? Looks funny for us because we are having today, we had coffee, we had a wonderful room and water, everything is available, so it may look funny for us. And he asks them when they come, the patient comes, oh, you want to die? Which way you want to die? You want a knife? You want to hang yourself? You want to drink poison? Take it. The moment he says, you die in any way you like, they are shell-shocked. They go back. They asked, why should I die? Who are you to tell me I should die? I want to live. Sit down. I'll tell you why you should live. The game starts there. And he changes the mindset of the people, and he becomes a hero in Austria. And that book, the first part, says how man can treat another human being just across 75 years. And the second part of the book is the therapy. This is what real life existential problem. When you have everything, we forget the value system, forget ourselves. The object becomes our worship. There's a beautiful another book, Impact of Science on Society, a very old book. Impact of Science on Society by Bertrand Russell of Oxford University. In that book he writes, explaining the different discoveries and the inventions and what will happen in the future. He says, a time will come, man enamored by his own inventions and the big gadgets will go in front of the machine and say, oh machine, make me a good nut and bolt in your system. Make me a good nut and bolt in your system. He loses himself and the machine is his God. And a little later he explains, unless men increase in wisdom as much as in knowledge, increase of knowledge will be increase of sorrow. Unless men increase in wisdom as much as in knowledge, increase of knowledge will be increase of sorrow. When Swami Vivekananda uttered those 5 magical words in America, Sisters and Brothers of America, what is so special about it? What is so great about it? 5 common nouns. But then the wisdom which was speaking behind touched the chord in the heart of the American audience, in the Western audience. And all the 7,000 people stood in ecstasy. They don't know that they are cheering like school children. For 2.5 minutes, what is so special? Wisdom behind, the life behind. That was speaking. It was not the English words that was speaking. My dear friends, having said that, the next challenge we have, modern man, is the tyranny of the ego. The tyranny of the ego. This is another great challenge today in modern times. How and why? We'll come into it. Where do we pluck out that ego? The next challenge is acquiring inner peace and self-knowledge. Let me explain this a little more, 5 minutes. First chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Before that, what happens? Arjuna has prepared himself for an assault. He has prepared himself for the war, and the entire 12 years of Aranyavasa was preparation. Krishna had given the right prescription, said prepare, practice, meditate, get all the astras, got all the shastras, everything. Wonderful. But at that critical moment, what happened to this mighty warrior, archer, commander of the Pandavas? Just collapsed. He just could not see his own cousins, his own relatives. And he said, horripilation, sweating in modern, paranoia and all that psychological problems we are facing through. Gandiva slipped from his hand. And he said, no, I cannot stand also. Whole thing crumbled like a pack of cards. The hero called Arjuna hits it with a hand on his head. A depressive picture. And you know what happened? Sanjayo, last shloka. Visrajya sasharam chapam shoka samvigna manasa. Having thrown away or having slipped away, given up, Visrajya, he threw away all the astras and shastras. Shoka samvig, in the ocean of grief, the mighty warrior called Arjuna collapsed. And what is the reaction of the Gitacharya? He did not appreciate, he did not encourage, he did not give a pat on the back and said, good, good. Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam. Second chapter, second shloka. It's a powerful tonic, powerful injection for the challenges of modern man. Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam. From whence has come this weakness, O Arjuna? Can you face? You are not able to face your own mind, your own thoughts, your own self, your own emotions, and you are talking big. Anaryam asvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna. People will not accept you. They will start criticizing you. Army officer sent to Ladakh, sent to J&K or sent to LOC is running back. No. Anaryam, not like a gentleman. Asvargyam, even heavens will not give you a place. Krishna gives him a solution. First he gives him awakening, gives him the awareness. What is that awareness? From whence has come this weakness, O Arjuna? You were not like this in Hastinapura. You were not like this when Draupadi was insulted. You were not like this talking when your mother was insulted. What has happened to you? And what happens? Klaipyam masmagamah partha naitatva ipabadyate. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktva uttishta parantapa. Arise, O scorcher of the enemies, O Parantapa. What you are talking as a warrior, as a responsible citizen, it is not your cup of tea. You are not that person whom I know of as Arjuna. Uttishta, get up, get up. Now come back after that Mahabharata war, Bhagavad Gita, to Swami Vivekananda in India. He said whole India was sitting with a hand on his head that we cannot do anything. But Swamiji says, arise, awake and stop not till the goal. Look at the words. There in the war and here during the British time, Vivekananda comes and awakens the whole nation which was going down in sleep. So this is the challenge which we have to face ourselves. Can you close your eyes and face your own mind, your own emotions, your own thoughts, the subconscious mind? Whoever you are, an engineer, a scientist, a doctor, an IT professional, a chartered accountant. I am meeting hundreds and hundreds of people with a hand on his head. And what is his score? What is his certificate? Brilliant. Brilliant from the Kolkata University, brilliant from the Hyderabad University. But he is not able to face his own emotions. He cannot sleep without sleeping tablets or a peg. What kind of life is it? I have everything. So my dear friends, this acquiring inner peace and self-knowledge is very, very important today. Morning and evening, withdraw yourself from the objects. Can you remain without a mobile? Can you remain without media? Can you remain? That is the challenge. Otherwise I am an automaton. I'll be like, my very existence is questioned. I'll tell you another interesting real life story. And the title of the book is something challenging also. Man's Search for Meaning, Dr. Viktor Frankl. Don't forget to read that. The second book is again my favorite book, is Dibs in Search of the Self. D-I-B apostrophe S, the character, a 5-year-old boy called Dib in New York. Dib in Search of the Self. Virginia Axline is the author, Dr. Virginia Axline, child specialist. And this boy, Dib, is an abnormal boy, or rather his behavior has become like that. No language, no identity, no friends, everything available at home. My dear friends, as soon as the school bell rings in the evening, 4 o'clock, 4:30, parents are waiting and children one by one they go, like our schools. And the moment he hears the bell, the school concluding bell, this Dibs goes into a frenzy. He goes crazy. He becomes like an animal. Anybody coming near him, he will pounce, he will bite, he will beat, he will scratch them, and he will hide deep inside the last bench of the classroom. He hates going home. He crunches inside. He cries like an animal. And the chauffeur comes, the driver comes, a tall fellow. He just picks him by the collar, throws him into the car and takes him. A big car. And this is happening. Teachers are worried. This fellow is alien in the classroom. Anybody going here becomes violent. Then Virginia Axline takes over. What exactly is his problem? Why is he behaving like this? Observation has to be done. And when the observation is done in the chambers in the hospital, they give all sorts of things, playthings, everything fine. But when they keep changing the games and changing this one, Dr. Virginia Axline observes, he takes 2 dolls, one a male doll, another a female doll. And she is observing from the translucent glass. What does the boy do? He takes the female doll, bites it, crushes it, beats it on the ground and buries it in the sand. 5-year-old boy. After some time he takes the male doll, same reaction. Buries it, bites it, crushes it, and takes that female doll, hits them together and then buries them. And he's shouting, Dib hate mom, Dib hate dad. No other vocabulary. And then the doctor realizes the problem is not with Dib, problem is there at home. Everything available. Father is running behind other women. The mother is a socialite. And no love, no human training, human touch to that young Dib. And it takes nearly 6 or 7 years for Dib to become a normal human being. And the very touching story, you cannot but shed tears. And the day Dib utters the pronoun I, that is celebrated as his first birthday. Till that time, he is animal. No evolution, no growth, no training. The day says, I like something. I want water. So he is identifying himself with himself, and that is his first birthday. See the mind, see how the thing works. Everything available, the mind is missing. And he comes back to life, and mother is counseled, and Dr. Virginia Axline shows the pityness, the cry of her own child. And things become better. Dib's search for meaning. Dib's search for the soul. Very beautiful books. Very apt in present times. Then there is a challenge in balancing personal emotions and work. Let me jump into the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Towards the end, the last 8 slokas are very, very important in this subject. Arjuna is asking the question, Ata kena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. Oh my Krishna, oh my teacher, what is it that makes a man do a crime? Ata kena prayukta, what is the force which is making a man do a crime? Baladiva niyojitaha, he does not want to do it, but somebody is pushing him to do it. What is that? Big behavioral psychology today. Krishna says there are 2 enemies in man. Kamayesha, Krodhayesha, Rajoguna Samudbhavaha. Mahashano Mahapapma, Vidyena Mihavairinam. Iha, in this world, 2 enemies. What are they? Kama, lust, or unethical desires, and krodha, vengeance. Where are they coming from? Rajoguna samudbhavaha. Now you ask me what is this Rajoguna, and you should know that there are three gunas, three kinds of behavior in every human being. Me, you, all. It's a universal truth. Whether Africa or America, or whether it's Australia, or whether it is Bengaluru, all beings have it. Sattvagunam, very calm, wonderful, happy. Rajogunam, active. It can be passionate, it can be violence, it can be overaction, it can be restlessness, Rajoguna. Tamoguna, lazy, procrastination, vulgar, and other negative things. And this Kama Krodha work are children of Rajoguna. Where are they? Already in your subconscious mind, because all of us are born with these three gunas. So now, what is the solution? Okay, you are telling me the problem. There should be a solution also? Yes. What is the solution? Self-knowledge. Understand the workings of the three gunas, and then today, what I experience, you may be in IT, you may be a scientist, you may be here, there should be an understanding of your own self. You are dealing with hundreds and hundreds of people. That's what I've said, the balance between the personal emotions and work. Morning you are very good, afternoon you are bad. You are violent, you are restless. And evening again you are quite okay. Night sleep takes over, that's a different matter. And if you are sleeping in the daytime also, that means Tamogunam is predominant. 50-50, 40-60 or 80-20, percentage varies between these three gunas. Our daily life is now sunset time, cold time, walking, coffee, family, Sattva guna, up to 9 o'clock. Afterwards what happens? Tamoguna takes over. In spite of your goodness, you are drawn into that tamasic state. Morning again, sunrise, we are fresh. And thanks to the international working and the time lag and IT, everything, day has become night and night has become day. That's why there's a big emotional conflict in the families. Because this kind of training is missing. I read in the Hindustan Times, and in Delhi, there was this IT man, husband and wife, each earning a lot. And Ganeshpuri area, I think, in New Delhi, sensational news couple of years ago, and such news keeps coming because the emotions are playing truant. Rajogunam is taking over, and that mixes with Tamogunam and says, I will kill you, I hate you, I destroy you. Own wife to husband or husband to wife. And this man is sitting at the table at 8:30 in the morning. He is waiting for breakfast. Just as the wife is bringing the breakfast to his table, she gets a phone call in her mobile. Okay, she keeps it on the table and goes to the veranda and is talking. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, she is enjoying her talk, forgetting the husband's breakfast. And husband's Rajogunam mixed with Tamogunam increased. This is not mentioned in the newspaper, this is our understanding, behavioral psychology. And what did he do? He takes that kitchen knife, goes to the back of the wife and stabs her to death. Is this a law and order problem? Is this a police case later on? But it has nothing to do with law and order, it has to do with the moral dilemma. And after killing her, he realizes that he has done a crime. Too late. And in filmy style, what does he do? He takes the body and throws it as if she has committed suicide, jumped from the 10th floor of the apartments. But there is the cameras, there is other things, and the guard has seen, and he is in the jail now, lifetime, and the wife is dead, family is ruined. Now imagine, just think for a moment impersonally, give space to your wife. She has been working all day, and early morning she got up and prepared coffee for you, bread for you, and she has kept it on the table. Give space, she is talking. Why don't you serve bread yourself? You are not a handicapped, you are not a sick person to be spoon-fed. You could have taken the bread knife and enjoyed the coffee and say, goodbye, I am coming, we'll talk later. He didn't do that. And the other side, the wife did not do it. She could have told, I'll call you after 5 minutes. She could have served the husband and led a peaceful life. No, she did her own way and he did his own way. End of the day, what is the society? What happened to the family? What will happen to their children? This is the chaos that we cannot understand just because we are earning money and the challenge we are not able to overcome. And my dear friends, challenge is practicing dharma in life. Vidyarthi dharma, grihastha dharma. We have got several righteous conduct, several things to be worked out. It's not the religion per se. The translation is very poor. Religion for everything. So you young people, you are professionals, you are into a very high state of life. You are responsible citizens with a great hope of science and research, the good welfare of the society. So dharma is much more powerful. The word religion in our language is tattvam, matam, dharma. One translation, religion. That's why this drama, this chaos and the misunderstandings in the society. Simple understanding. Tattvam. What is the truth in yourself? What is the truth in your religion? Practice that. Become truthful in that. Realize the highest in that. That's your choice. You may be any place of the country. Matam. That is where the conflict. External. The dharma is very, very important. I as a monk have got my own dharma. You as a professional research scholar has got your own dharma. The director of IISc has got his own dharma. Your mother, father have got a dharma minus their profession. As matra dharma, pitra dharma. This is big. We are in a different atmosphere in our country. You cannot just go by the other norms. You have to follow the dharma. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. If you protect the dharma, dharma will protect you. I don't take care of that and blame the whole society. And then that is suffering that I put hand into the fire. The dharma of the fire is to burn your fingers, right? And the dharma of fire also is to help you cook the meal, how you use the dharma. So this is also a very big challenge today. Understanding what exactly is the righteous conduct, dharma of yourself. A student doesn't practice dharma and he follows all sorts of things. That's why we find the drug addictions and the corruptions and the malpractices and the child, unwed mothers increasing at a rapid pace. It was a foreign policy, foreign way of life. It has entered into our country in Bombay, Bengaluru and other places. Unwed mothers. What is the dharma there? Where is the society crumbling? Can science do something about it? Can your law and order do something about it? You have to think about it. You have to work out that this is my dharma, this is my Lakshmana Rekha, this is my value system, this is my traditions. And then the next challenge is, today we talk about human rights, we talk about child rights, but are you talking about human duties? Kartavyam, badhyata, your responsibilities? I'm yet waiting to see an organization which talks about human duties, child duties, mother's duties. Not just the rights and rights and rights. It's not the left or the right that I'm talking. Your duty which has to be followed. This is also a big question mark before human beings. Then you may have any number of laws, you may have any number of rules, you may have any number of regulations, parliament, state, police, institutional. But what is required today is the moral value system. 2 zeros on the blackboard, Sri Ramakrishna says no value. 100 zeros have no value. But erase everything and 1 and 2 zeros, immediately we call it what? 100? Keep that one, go on adding zeros. It becomes trillion, billion, zillion. You can purchase everything. That one is very, very important. That is your moral value. Once that is gone, your backbone is breaking. There is chaos, there is confusion in the society. And challenge is quality versus quantity in life. Quantity and quality. The compromise that we do. But what is yoga? Yoga karmasu kaushala. Yoga is efficiency in action. And if I'm not able to maintain that quality of life, you may be perfectionist in work, in your research, in your presentation, in your project, but your own quality is weak. Your own personality is weak, abusive language, or there's no control over the indriyas. as we were going at a breakneck speed. Who will control the indriyas? Who will control the sense organs? The machine? The camera? The light? I control myself. And in meditation, we have a beautiful imagery. Where exactly is the problem you can really identify. It may take little time, but identification is sure. This Sharira is considered to be a chariot. And the owner of the chariot is the Atma, your own self. Atmanam ratinam vidhi, Shariram ratamevatu. See the imagery? Where is your problem then? Health problem? Go to the doctor and do yogasanas, or go to the gym and make yourself fit. Make your chariot fit and fine. You have to travel, you have to go, you have to do hard work, hours of research. Body is very, very important, right? And the owner is there inside the body. Shariram ratamevatu. And you need a driving force. Buddhim tu saratim vidhi. See how scientifically the sages have taught us. Buddhim tu saratim vidhi. Buddhi is the driving force, is the charioteer. See how clever was Arjuna. He knew the challenge will come. The Mahabharata is decided. He goes with all humbleness all the way to Dwaraka from New Delhi just to ask some help from Krishna. And what does Krishna say? He offers two. One is my quantity, Narayani Sena. Another is I am alone. I will be your driver. Is it okay? Which one you want, you choose. Arjuna says, where you are, there everything is. I want you. But Krishna says, think for a second. Very clear. Once you have decided, no more going back on the MOU. He says, I know where you are, there everything is there. And Duryodhana is waiting. He knows Arjuna is a fool. He has taken Krishna, who will not even raise his finger, and will drive the horses like a ordinary charioteer, and he got the Narayani Sena. 18 Akshauhinis of the army. That number I am not interested, but it's a big army. Narayani Sena goes to Duryodhana and Krishna comes to Arjuna. Finally, what happens? Where there is Krishna, where there is Arjuna, there is victory. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvanitir Matir Mama. Where there is Krishna, the Yogeshwara meditator, where there is Arjuna, the man of action, there is victory, there is auspiciousness. Tatra Shri, Tatra Vijayaha. This was the idea of Swami Vivekananda telling Jamshedji Nasuranji Tata, we need a space for youngsters to stay back in India and meditate, and at the same time take this message forward, take science forward, take the society forward. Asceticism combined with science. This was the idea which Vivekananda gave to J.N. Tata on board on the way to Vancouver. So my dear friends, this is a big challenge before us at the psychological level. I am taking only the psychology, not the other aspects, because end of the day I have to meet you. I have to meet you, I have to talk to you, I need to interact with you. Today you are all in Bengaluru in this wonderful atmosphere, safe, found, and you have got good faculty. Then when you go out into the big world. So there are limitations in science, there are limitations in application. But inside you are an unlimited personality. When you go to the beach, Swami Vivekananda says, when you see the sea, not the waves. Because the waves are not the sea. The waves are only part of the sea. Don't get stuck up with the beauty of the waves. Look at beyond into the ocean. There the depth, there the extensity, the intensity is very, very important. Similarly, Atmanam Ratinam Vidhi, Shariram Ratha, Buddhi, third aspect is what? Sarathi. He will take you to difficulties, but you need the reins of the horses of the chariot. And that rein is your mind. Manav pragrahamevacha, the bridle, the reins. And what is the work of the reins? To control the indriyas. The 5 horses are there. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. So beautiful is that imagery here. 5 horses, 5 HP. Very strong horses. And these horses are not wild horses. They have to be trained horses. The trained horses can take you safe. If they are wild horses, your journey will be disaster. Indriyas. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Now let us go back. Let us go from outside to the inside. and then we will conclude. This is the challenge for all of you. First, the Indriyas, 5 in number: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch. 5 horses, very powerful. They are controlled by what? They are controlled by the mind. Okay? What I see, what I listen, what I talk, what I taste, what I touch, the mind says. The mind is given direction by the buddhi, discrimination. What was the difference between Vivekananda and other leaders at the time? Vivekam. They could see in Vivekananda such an amazing power of discrimination, amazing power of absorption, amazing power of concentration. Even professor of the Harvard University, John Henry Wright said, all the American professors put together is your intelligence, Swami. You should represent your country in the Parliament of Religions. What? They are asking you ID card? They are asking you credentials? It is like asking the sun its right to shine. And he, a Western man, within 30 minutes gives a certificate to Swami Vivekananda. He is the right man to participate in the Parliament of Religions. That is how Swamiji got an opportunity to enter into the Parliament of Religions. September 11th, 1893 is history. Vivekam, buddhi. And there is a warning, my dear friends. What's the buddhi? The buddhi should not be a drunken driver. The Sarathi should not be overconfident. Sarathi should not be sleeping driver. He should be awakened. He should know the technicalities. He should take their life forward. That is the place of the buddhi. And the buddhi is close in touch with the Atma, the self inside. So, from outside we can go inside. From inside we come outside and do our work. This is what the Upanishads challenge us. This is what our life challenges us. Every day I see my face and say, am I okay? Am I better than yesterday? Am I control my emotions, control my indriyas, control my behavior in the market? So once you start exploring this inner drive, then Swargadwaram Apavratam, the gates of heaven will open. Life will become so peaceful, so beautiful, and so glorious. That is where you can combine. I'm giving you practicals. In the Ramakrishna Math emblems, any book you take published by the Ramakrishna Mission in Hyderabad or Kolkata or Chennai, you find an emblem there. I don't know how many of you know the significance of the emblem. Swami Vivekananda was having breakfast in Detroit. His mood was always on the high level of innovation and intuition. He asked, give me a piece of paper and pen. They gave him pen and paper. He scribbled something, some drawing, put it in the pocket, and he went away. And then they asked, Swami, what is that? I'll tell you later. He goes back to New York and calls an American painter and says, please put this drawing into proper measurement. And the painter is puzzled. What is that? There is a snake, coiled up snake, round snake with the hood up. Then there is the wavy waters. Then there is a rising sun. There is a lotus on the waves. And there is a swan in the center. What is this, Swami? 2 animals and 1 flower. A snake, a swan. What is all this? He says, this is what my master stood for. Each has got a significance in our tradition, in our life. What is that? The snake is symbol of meditation. Kundalini Shakti, Raja Yoga. Our backbone is like a snake. Once we start meditating from the base of the spine, rise up to the energy level to the brain. That is a science, number 1. And what is that lotus flower fully blossomed? That lotus flower is a symbol of devotion, symbol of bhakti. You offer flowers. A guest, you offer flowers. Number 2. The third, the wavy waters. What is the symbol? Karma Yoga, non-stop, unselfish action. Waves are coming, the waves are going. Do you think they are waiting for your certificate? They just give selflessly and you enjoy and come back. Selfless work. Karma Yoga. And what is the rising sun behind the ocean? That is the symbol of knowledge. Viveka Suryodayam. The sun rises, darkness gone. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. And what is that swan? By practicing these 4, 1, 2 or 4, you can reach the center, which is the Paramatma, Paramamsa or God. Any name you call it. My master was a embodiment of all this. This is the emblem I am going to start an organization, and this is all done in America even before the Ramakrishna Mission starts. This is a challenge that he gave to the modern man. Follow this and you will reach the distance. This is real religion. He gives a definition there. Each soul is potentially divine. How many souls are here? All are one, but manifestation is different. Just like IISc is one, your branches are different. Okay? Each soul is potentially different. And what is your goal? My goal. The goal is to manifest the divinity within. What is your goal? Manifest the divinity within. You're a chemical engineer, manifest the divinity in your chemical engineering profession. He is a businessman, a builder, he built it up in his own profession. I'm a monk, I manifest the divinity in my own way. Each one of different branches. Each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest the divinity within. A watchman, security guard in the entrance, let him manifest the divinity as a security guard. Not that he is ordinary or you are great. He can also manifest the divinity. A sweeper in the campus can manifest the divinity. This is very, very challenging with Swami Vivekananda. Do this either by work, worship, psychic control, or philosophy. By external nature, internal nature, control. Do this either by work or worship. Any choice is yours, very clear. Not that it's a regimentation. You follow this and you reach, otherwise you are destroyed. No. Flexible. So beautiful. It's a beautiful bouquet. And what will you get? Freedom. 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 When will you get? Here and now, if you follow this. This is the science. This is spirituality. This is application. So this is how a new India should arise from the ancient times, apply that in modern times, and make a great future. It is our responsibility, our challenge. So we have to meet. All of you are doing great work, interested, enthusiastic group. Make it more stronger, intense, and as strong as possible, so that the message of strength and values will vibrate to other students and other youngsters in the country. And here is a small thing for all of you. The history of the world is that of 6 men of faith, 6 men of deep, pure character. We need to have 3 things: the heart to feel, the hands to work, the brain to conceive. It's a beautiful formula given by Swami Vivekananda. Head to think, heart to feel, hands to work. You combine this, you are a real personality. You are growing into a very big personality. Some people think, they don't feel. They become rational and argumentative and things. The feeling is missing. Some people feel, they don't think. They become emotional and crying and upset and all that. Both are not good. You have to feel and you have to think. And if you feel and think and don't do anything, then good for nothing. Do something practical. That is what your science tells. One is the applied science and another the theoretical science. So the challenge is always there. Common man is asking you, what is it your IISc teaching you? Can it solve my problem? You know, there is a beautiful story, an incident, rather an example they gave. Zoologists were talking about the different formations of the animals, the bone structure and other things. And they were talking, how many teeth does the horse have? How many teeth does the horse have? 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6:30, evening. Discussion is going on. Debate is going on. How many teeth does the horse have? The watchman is upset. He has to go home at 6:30. These top scientists or zoologists are going on discussing, debating, arguing. They are not coming to a consensus. He quietly went away to the back door. And after 5 minutes, he opened the main door, and all the scientists saw he is bringing a horse inside. And said, gentlemen, it is 7 o'clock now. Here is a real horse. Please count how many teeth does he have and write your project. I have to go home. Now who is practical here? This is what Swami Vivekananda. We go on debating everything, leaving that reality there. A baby is crying for milk, and there is a debate going on. What does the milk do? Mother has to give the milk first to the baby. Instead of arguing and debating what is the value of the milk. There is milk available. So similarly, my dear friends, Swami Vivekananda comes to our rescue and says, this also morning in our meeting I was telling in the Math in a seminar, the situation today is so challenging. This national ship of ours, huge ship called India, this national ship of ours, ye children of the immortals, my countrymen has been plying for ages, carrying civilization and enriching the whole world with its inestimable treasures. For scores of shining centuries, this national ship of ours has been ferrying across the ocean of life and has taken millions of souls to the other shore beyond all misery. But today it may have sprung a leak and got damaged through your own fault or whatever cause, it matters not. What would you, who have placed yourselves in it, do now? Would you go about cursing it and quarreling among yourselves? Would you not all unite together and put your best efforts to stop the holes? Let us all gladly give our heart's blood to do this. And if we fail in the attempt, let us all sink and die together with blessings and not curses on our lips. So the problem, personal life and the national life, and here is the solution. Use your head, use your heart to plug the holes and save that ship, which has done so much of work, instead of quarreling and complaining and abusing each other. So there lies the balance of emotions. So once we start doing it, I think our journey will be smooth, peaceful, and we will attain the highest freedom. Keep always in your mind 5 supreme goals. Parama Shanti. Whatever you do, you should have that supreme peace within inside. Not that violent lifestyle. Parama Shakti, supreme strength. Shakti here is not destructive. Supreme strength. Parama Shraddha, supreme faith. Parama Gnanam, supreme knowledge. And that will take you to Paramanandam, supreme happiness. May all the challenges in your life be erased as quickly as possible, and physical, mental, emotional, and all of you gathered here, and your colleagues, your professors, your parents, let them all move towards highest freedom. Thank you very much. Namaskaram to all of you.
Thank you, Swamiji, for your words of enlightenment. I am sure the audience had its intellect tickled and souls filled with enrichment. Thank you again. So now we have some time for questions. So if anybody has questions, can address them to Swamiji.
Questions, observation, some dialogue. May not be in the book also. The books are right. I got 2 books. And then back. There's no stay. Please come and say something, Rosa. Our good friend. Yes, sir. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Shanti. I am the Scientist Department, Center for Neuroscience. Swamiji, you said that everyone has the will to manifest the divinity within himself or herself. And we need to achieve this to get freedom. Freedom from what?
Freedom from the tyranny of the the desires and the enjoyments and the sufferings and all, whatever we know as negative or weaknesses, everything will be free. So your game is clear. What is holding you back? The desires from going from peace, from other things. Your desires is not the research desire or things like that. It is the selfish desires which hold you back from going towards freedom. So, like diabetes. Diabetes is the thing which holds you back from taking sweets. But today, the science says you can overcome the tyranny of the diabetes, the research. So, you are free And today you have got other methods of enjoying the sweets also. Right? So similarly, in personal life, there are certain things which hold you back from attaining the highest freedom. That bondage, what you call that, six enemies which hold you back from it. What are they? Lust, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madhavasya. Once you have overcome this, you are free from the cycle of birth and death, and you attain the highest cosmic consciousness, as we call it. So this is our goal. Through science, through meditation, through work, through your strong life, you will attain that highest. That is called real yoga. Yoga is union. It's not the yoga asanas. Yoga is two names. One is union and another is concentration. Okay, the union of the Jivatma and the Paramatma. There's a sit down, Sandeep. There's an image, the rivers are flowing. The rivers are flowing. Ganga, Kaveri, Narmada, Tungabhadra, Yamuna. Where are they flowing to? To the ocean. Okay? And what is the taste of the ocean? Salty. What is the taste of the rivers? Sweet water. Relative, unless they are polluted. Okay, sweet water. And when they enter into the ocean, they lose their identity. Nobody takes and this is Ganga, this is Yamuna, this is Narmada, nobody says like that. It's one ocean. Indian Ocean, specific names are given geographically. And the story says this ocean god one day got a big doubt. Knowing well that they lose their individuality, knowing well that they lose their name also, their taste also, why these rivers are coming unto me? Let me ask them. Early morning, as the rivers with the gurgling sound is entering into the ocean, the sea god comes out and says, "Oh daughters, this is the question I want to put. Why do you come unto me? Knowing well these are the problems." All the river goddesses wake up, come out, and they reply to the god of the sea. Says, "We know, we lose our ID, we lose our name, we lose our taste, but all of us have decided we'll keep on coming till we make you sweet." Got it? So we have to join the Supreme Being. In the present time, I am not aware of that connectivity. Through yoga, through dhyana, through karma yoga, I attain that connectivity. So once I attain that connectivity, everything else is so easy for me. I can be free from all the clutches of the five senses and the six enemies. So end of the day, Paramananda, supreme happiness. This is our real freedom. Once you are achieving that, here and now, there is no looking back. You have become one with the Supreme Being. That is the goal of our life. In the traditions of our Dharma, it says, Dharma, Artha, Kama, finally what? Moksha. They have not given up Artha, but your economy, your money, your earning, everything will go on sweetened by Dharma. Dharma, Artha, Kama. Why do you want money? Why do you want this one? To fulfill your desires. Daily life, comfort, physical, etc. But then my goal is moksha. And it is possible to attain here and now. Depends on your intensity, depends on your hunger, depends on your regular practice. Then we are one with that. Tattvam asi. You are that. But I don't know that. So that is why undergo the training. Go to the Guru, undergo this yoga training, and you are on the march. That freedom will come. It's so clear, Shankaracharya says, it is like keeping a gooseberry on your palm. So clear, I can feel the freedom. So we have got that wonderful experiences, both personal and our traditions, our great gurus have shown us. This is the way, this is the way. Charai vedi, come with me, I shall take you. The Guru goes and takes and allows the Shishya to go across. You go, I'll come, I'll bring some more. That is the Guru Kripa. Like that. Very nice. Professor Bunny, just a little. Yes. So, any observations? It not be a question, it not be this one. You can say what you felt, what you learned, how you felt, why you did not feel. That is a challenge. Yes, sir.
You say that, so you say that you need to have a heart to feel, head to think, hands to work. Hands to work seem to be pretty conservative. Head to think and heart to feel is something which is confusing. We have been feeling many feelings in the day, whenever we are conscious and feelings.
Yeah.
And we have many thoughts.
Hmm.
How do we distinguish between what Swamiji is really trying to say? What is
Thinking is positive thinking, pure thinking, innovative thinking. That kind of thoughts which can make a difference in your life, in your society. Pure thinking, positive thoughts are both negative, positive, useful, useless, all will be coming. But what is exactly the maturity? What is exactly your discrimination? Is it right that we have to go on this way? Is it right that we are going to? That is the discrimination. As I said, behind the mind there is the buddhi. Today we are not giving training to the buddhi, especially in the younger generation. Out of millions and millions of students, few only come to IISc. Okay, higher studies, higher research. All others drop out. Why? The buddhi is not being. Others simply go for a job and go for some enjoyments and a family, and then they quit off. They are not thinking high. It's just thinking only for survival, etc. But very few people go to the top. Okay? So the thinking should be innovative, should be very, very powerful thoughts, power of ideas we call it. Okay? Swami Vivekananda gave us ideas. Why did he give ideas? Because he felt. So there is a big connection between the heart and the head. Okay? And there was the other ideas of the Jews and the Second World War, etc. They are thinking, but their feeling is only I should survive, let the devil take the headmost. So the feeling is also pure, is concerned, I serve, and I bring the best out of the thoughts for the welfare of the society. Then hands to work is practicals. Can you do something with the thought and with the feeling? Then your research, your projects, your prototypes will be great help to the society. You know, there is recently, a couple of years back, there is a weaver in Telangana by name Chintalakindi Mallesh. Very ordinary fellow. Not one word English he knows. Little Hindi and Telugu. He got Padma Shri. Why? He saw his mother spending hours and hours and hours to get 20 rupees a day for weaving the saris, Pochampalli saris, famous saris in Telangana. Like Kanchipuram saris, Pochampalli saris, very famous. And these women in that Pochampalli were earning only 20 rupees per day. And the day she doesn't go, mother doesn't go, there's no food. And the mother is feeding herself with water. That's her food, because money is not there and to feed the children. This man saw, mother is earning so less and working so much. Why don't I do something? And he took a piece of paper, and he's only 7th standard boy. Feeling started. Let me do something for my mother. And the way the mother is putting that thread into the different clamps, he is drawing something in the pencil. He has got some feeling and it's working out. And mother said, without going to school, like Buddhu, what are you doing? No, I want to make a machine for you. I want to machine you. Oh, let's go to school, you will fail. He goes to this one, from back door he comes, and from a window, from a tree, he sees his mother crying and so much of pain in her fingers and all. He is making a design. Finally, with scrap, with so many things, he makes a small working machine, but within 1 hour it gets burnt out. And they scold him and they kick him out, and a lot of money is wasted. And they say, get out of the village. His father and mother kick him out. What does he do? He comes to Hyderabad. All the way from Nalgonda. He comes to Hyderabad and works as a waiter in an industry of this weaving machine industry. At night times he is seeing all that and wants to make. Not one computer he knows, not one word English he knows. But then, with the help of his friend who gives him 1,000 rupees, he goes to the bookshop of engineering, purchases all the books and translates the whole thing into Telugu. Engineering textbook. He translates sitting in the road into Telugu. And he learns computer sitting with his friend in a shop because he has worked there. They allow him to hold the computer and he starts. I am cutting the story short. And later he produces a weaving machine. He takes that weaving machine to this village. 40,000 people come to see that. He says, if I had kept 5 rupee ticket, I would have earned millions. And his mother cried her heart out. His father slapped himself for kicking his son. But this fellow comes with a machine to relieve the pain and pressure of his mother. And that weaving machine today is sponsored by Government of India for 20,000 rupees. And he gets Padma Shri for that. And nearly 2,000 machines are working in Pochampalli. What takes 20 hours to make one sari today is made in 6 hours. With same quality and same beautiful. And for that he failed 5 times in machine, it burst. Then today he is in, and there is a biopic also made in his name. Chintalagindi Malay film is there in the YouTube also. Now you see, hard to feel for his mother, started churning his mind, and he had the technology by himself, hands to work. Today he is so famous and is a teacher. Our technology minister in Telangana gave him 5 crores or something to establish a small setup, and now he is a guru for dropouts. He himself is a dropout, he is a guru for the dropouts. So that they will not become vagabond, they will not become criminals, they will learn something for their family. So he is like that. Swamiji wanted that kind of feeling, that kind of thinking, and hands to work, solve the problems of this great country. That is our responsibility. Got it?
We sometimes tend to hamper our
Yes, that is where purity matters. That's where yoga matters. That's where your meditation and sadhana matters. So that the purity, this glass of water, I can put little sand also, right? I can put something and mix it up. So the filtering, that's why we call it pure water, so-called. I don't know whether it is pure. So this is where your purification is very important. A tiny dust particle in your eyeball, you cannot be happy, right? Tiny dust particle, you cannot see it, but you can feel it. Immediately you will wash, otherwise your eyesight will go if you start rubbing. What about that inner mind or the emotions which are much more sensitive than this eyeball? That is where your sadhana, that is where the discipline, that is where the control of the mind and the senses comes. So that sadhana, if you can do and purify your mind, I think you are wonderful. You are a genius. You are a Ratna for the country. Success of Dr. Kalam is that, is it not? What a wonder, what a wonder. Fisherman's son becomes Bharat Ratna and Akash, Vayu, Nag, Trishul, Brahmos. He produced out of scrap. He got so much of this one, but he went, his purity of purpose was there, sincerity of purpose was there. That's how these great people, C.V. Raman, Sir Vishweshwaraya, or these top scientists that we see, that we know in our country, Meghnad Saha, Satyendranath Bose, so pure, so convincing, so loving. But at the same time, they were sure this will work for the country, that's how our nation has woken up. Yeah? So that's how we can. Okay? Yeah.
But most of the people are not aware of this self-knowledge, and they also don't know how, they also don't seek it. So
Yes.
they interact.
They are seeking the wrong thing in the right place. This is the problem.
And they will also not understand if you tell them something. So is there any practical steps that they can follow so that they can progress slowly but surely?
That is where off-campus systems like this, study circles like this are helping a lot. Many institutes are working on that, So, like we have for children summer camps and Balavikas classes in all the centers, and many other wonderful people are doing that. So, from childhood, giving them the right knowledge at the right time and the right place. Apart from the studies, apart from the academics, the pressure of the academics is very much. Similarly, in IIT Madras, there are some wonderful people I know. 60 people, 70 people meeting on every Sunday. That gave a boost to so many people who got it, who did not know anything of it. So, and off campus, like in Hyderabad, we have the Institute of Human Excellence. Last 22 years, we have trained about 20 lakh people. We don't advertise, but small groups we keep putting in our website. From 5th standard boy to a PG student, or a research scholar, doctors, scientists, managers, executives, professionals, police, everybody has come. So out of that, I say some percentage has already got some knowledge to go in the right direction at the right time, not the other way, as I said. So that is where young people should come up more and more and participate in such small groups and make it more and more intense. So off the campus, something has to be done. Or that is how the pressure can be reduced and the self-knowledge can go. That is where your hands to work matters. You feel, that's what you are feeling. The question itself is a kind of feeling. You thought about it. Then I am giving the example. Take some books and take some literature and things like, not for propaganda. It is for propagation. It is for evolution. Okay? You give to somebody and their miracles work. Because how did I come across Vivekananda this one? By one lecture. Okay? So by one book, somebody got it. Or by one experience, some inner propulsion, not compulsion. He got it, his life changed. So that is how people can be awakened. And this self-knowledge is not for masses. It is for, as we go up, the number will dwindle. But there is a place called, what we call the place of, should I call, the balance between emotions. Make first goodness of the people. The discipline of the people, Krama Shikshana. Yama, Niyama should be taught to all people irrespective of your background and culture. Ahimsa, Satya, Steya, Brahmacharya, Parigraha, Shaucha, Santosha, Swadhyaya, Tapas, Ishvara, Pranidhana. Whoever it is, this should be taught. This kind of personality development, this kind of basics, fundamentals of life. If this is not taught, other things are far away. So this is what we are trying to do. Your emotional control, your swadhyaya, self-knowledge, your tapas, discipline, surrender, all that when we do, I think slowly it is happening. There's a big cycle going on in the country, but vast country, huge work. We need more and more manpower to work on this. That's why Swami said, men, these are wanted, everything else will be ready. But strong, vigorous, believing young men, 100 such and the world becomes revolutionized. That call is still remaining, the 100. Yes, many are working and you have to explore and participate where it is going. It is possible. हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. ठीक है? Yes. Yeah. Heart is the seat of the Atma, yourself. That's the example given, that is the major experience mentioned. Mind is the reflector. The projector, I'll give the example now, you have hit at the right time. The projector was on, right? The bulb is there inside. If the lens is not there, the light will not fall on the screen. Okay? The bulb is very, very important in the projector. Okay? So, the heart is there. Heart of the projector is the bulb. If the bulb is gone, this is only dummy. So similarly in ourselves, the heart. That is the seat of all conscience, we call it conscience, manasaksha. So in meditation, we say meditate in your heart. That is the seat of the divine, seat of the supreme being, seat of the Atma. From there the reflection comes to the mind, the Atma, the brain, or whatever you call it. Now the brain is, mind is disturbed, mind is restless. Reflection also will be this. It's not the problem of the bulb, it's the problem of this mind. which is not taking the reflection properly and putting it on the screen. So what do? I clean the mind. I clean the lens. So you are wearing specs, I am wearing specs. Huh? What is our problem? Dust. So every 1 hour, 2 hours, you wipe it or wash it or clean it. So what is important? The eyes. Eyes are seeing through the lens. Lens is support. Lens is not the eyes. Eyes are seeing through the lens. I am speaking through the mic. I am not the mic. I am important. Okay? So here is water. This can be put into another tumbler and I can use it. Content is important than the container. Content is important than the container. So content is the heart, container is the mind. It will take you anywhere. This I can take in my bag, this I can keep it anywhere. Container. But the content is important. Content is your emotions, your purity, your real feeling comes there. Sri Ramakrishna says a child is sleeping at 11 o'clock in the night. Child. Mother to the left, father to the right, he is in the center. 11 o'clock he wakes up his mother and says, Amma, Amma, Mummy, please wake me up when I am hungry. Got the point? Problem of the child? Please wake me up when I am hungry. The mother laughs and says, I cannot wake you up when you are hungry. The hunger will wake you up. The hunger will wake you up. Then give me something to eat. Then I can go for bun or bread or some fruit in the fridge and give it to you. But you have to wake up. That is the real feeling. Once the feeling is there, everything will come to you. First feeling. That real heart is very, very important. Feeling will invoke the ideas and the ideas will work out through your system. Okay?
I now request Professor Jagdish Gopalan sir to felicitate Swami.
And say a few words also.
Yes,
Encouragement. Thank you. See you. It's a long time. Awesome. Very nice. Gives a lot of energy. Thank you.
Friends, good evening, and I think all of you enjoyed the wonderful interaction with Swami Bodhamayanandaji. That he is one of the very rare ones, the Ramakrishna elder, who has no confusion whatsoever whenever he speaks, irrespective of different audience that he would encounter in his sadhana that he has been doing for the last several decades. Swamiji, thank you so much for coming down here, and it was such a privilege. Hopefully we will have a larger audience with a larger group, because the mind management and managing the stress has actually become much more complicated and relevant today, especially for research students after the pandemic. Because they have been away from the laboratory, they have been away from the home in many cases. Some of them have not actually gone back to their native place for 2 to 3 years.
Oh, yes, yes.
They have worked, and then it's a very strange situation where we feel that probably the world has come to a halt, and they have also lost 2 precious years. Wonderful initiative by the Vivekananda Study Circle to expose, I think our own Maharaj was there. I'm so blessed that you were able to come here, and unfortunately I missed out your talk, but I have been hearing you for a long time. Thank you so much, Swamiji, and hope your blessings and benediction would help the students to shape their own research career in a better way. Jai Ramakrishna. Namaskar.